So in this Fallout 76 video, I'm going to be showing you all something that hopefully you never knew existed in the game. That is the goal out of this video anyways, to introduce you to something new. If you find this kind of content enjoyable, consider leaving a like. Let's try to get this video to surpass 1,000 likes. That'd be freaking awesome. As always though, that's totally up to you if you want to take the time to support this content. I know that is a lot to ask for. But anyways, now let's go ahead and get into this. The first thing I wanted to show you all is the Loveland Frog Cryptid that you can discover. This is something rare to find. It's like a very low percentage that you will discover this. It is a random encounter, by the way. But yeah, check this out. You can find this frog carrying a fishing pole, interestingly enough. And you can also find someone named Reginald who is wearing like a swamp monster outfit. And on him you can find also a note. And here's what it says. It's been following me for days now. At first it was 100 yards away, then 60, then 20. I swear I never saw it move, not once. It only moves when I'm not looking. It's getting late and I need to keep the fire lit, but I can't keep my eyes open. I'm so tired. So yeah, it seems like this frogman ended up taking out Reginald, which, by the way, in case you don't know, the Loveland Frogman is actually a real cryptid that was apparently spotted in Loveland, Ohio. As you can see, here's a few descriptions of the key sightings. The initial sighting was in 1955. A local businessman claimed to have seen 3 of the creatures near the Branch Hill Bridge. One reportedly held a glowing rod stick above its head. And once again, Loveland, Ohio. Another one was in 1972. Police encountered it this time, as you can see here. 2 separate Loveland police officers reported encountering the creature near the river. One officer even fired his gun at it. However, he later suggests it might have been a large tailless iguana. And lastly, the most recent sighting was 2016. A man playing Pokemon Go claimed to have spotted a giant standing frog near Lake Isabella, sending photos of the encounter to local news stations. Once again, this was in Ohio too. And here is the photo that he sent to the news stations. Turns out he was also with his girlfriend too, so he wasn't alone when he found this. He captured a few dark grainy photographs, as you can see here, and a video. Though he later admitted he wasn't for sure if it was a mutant-like frogman or just a very large bullfrog standing in an unusual pose. Here's the footage he captured. It was extremely dark when he did see this. Check this out. Still, pretty interesting. Apparently the frogman is supposed to be 4 feet. That would be crazy seeing something like that. I wouldn't expect anyone to believe me either if I, saw something like that. Oh, yeah, and check this out. Something actually interesting happens if you do destroy this plushie. Yeah, that's what happens. Wild. It'd have been cool if we actually got an actual frogman cryptid in Burning Springs instead of this, plushie. Like some kind of cool side quest where we have to like track them down and take a picture of them or bring back a piece of them or something or someone for proof. And then the reward would be, getting the frogman plushie or statue or something. That'd have been neat. But no. But either way, nice little nod they decided to add in the Burning Springs area. After all, this is the Ohio region, so it makes sense why this random encounter only spawns here. And once again, it's rare to come across. Super freaking rare. Okay, so now let's go and get into how to find this cryptid in the Ohio region. I gotta say, it would make for a pretty cool loading screen taking a picture of it, since it is so rare to discover. Once again, it's a very low % chance to get it to pop up. My buddy said it took him 10 server hops to find it. It could be longer for you or it could be less. Keep that in mind. Before I get into this though, I just want to let you all know real quick, I want to quickly plug my Twitch. Since xxXP is going on, I feel like it is important to let you all know about this if you don't. And heck, even while xxXP isn't going on, you are free to join this. But in case you don't know, I go live pretty much every day helping players level up. like I got a whole crew that helps. So we, get into a server and we help tons of players level up and max out their season really quickly. In case you don't know, just getting XP levels up the season really quickly. And you get a little over 1,000,000 XP per raid when double XP is going on. So yeah, you get a little over 500,000 XP per raid when double XP isn't going on. So yeah, feel free to tune into my live streams if you are wanting this kind of service done. We just carry you through the raid. You could be a level 1 for all we care. We'll get you through. Heck, if you're level 1 going through the raid once while double XP is going on, you'll be over 100. It's pretty insane how fast you level up. And not only that, you also will boost your season really quickly too. So you don't have to spend as much time trying to level it up. And also you get all the goodies from the raid too. In case you don't know, there's a lot of unique things that you can only get from the raid, and you have to go through it yourself to get through it. They even have, a special kind of power armor that you can only get out of the raid. It's a really good one too. It's called the Vulcan power armor. But yeah, I just want to let you all know about that real quick. I will be live tonight. Feel free to tune in. A link to my Twitch will be down below in the description. Feel free to tune into it if you are wanting some assistance getting leveled up and getting your season maxed out. But yeah, now let's go ahead and get into where to find this. I want to give a shout out to my buddy xxDeadHunterxx for actually finding the Loveland Frogman. He actually did all the server hops and going to these locations. I did for a while, but I just never ended up running across it, but my buddy ended up running across it. Also, I want to give a shout out to Finders Keepers for showing these locations that we can go to discover the Frogman, potentially. Keep that in mind, potentially. You could do like 10 plus server hops until you come across the Frogman. It is a more rare random encounter. The first one will be located right over here in the Burning Springs area. So from Vault 76, head up here. I actually have a survival tent up here to make it easier to go to this area. And you can potentially find the Loveland Frogman around in this vicinity. Didn't get him to spawn over here. But yeah, here's what I got instead. Didn't get him to spawn here this time. Anyways, the next location, from here, next location to check out will be over here to Athens. When you first fast travel over here, this is where you'll spawn at. And from here, you just head left. Which, by the way, I recommend just hitting all these spots to have a higher chance of, discovering the Loveland Frogman. And if he doesn't spawn after hitting all these spots, just hop servers. That's what I meant by 10 server hops my buddy had to do. But yeah, as you can see, the Frogman did not spawn here, the Loveland Frog. But this is where it will potentially spawn at as well, right here. This is what I got instead for the random encounter. Okay, so this next one will be located over here at the Shade Hill Church. There's actually 2 spots over here you can look at for the random encounter. When you get over here, you just head this way behind the church, and you'll find some railroad tracks. And yeah, you just want to head left, and you'll see a fallen over tree right there. Just check on the other side, and yeah, this is where the random encounter will be, as you can see. Fortunately, it's not the frog, though. Anyways, carrying on. Now we just want to backtrack this way, and we're just going to follow the railroad tracks for a while. Then once you get to this thingy-majig, this lever that you can activate, you just want to head this way after following the railroad tracks for a certain amount of time, not too far. And right over here is where you can potentially find the Cryptid too. As you see, this is what I got though. Dead Brahmin over here. Surrounded by a bunch of burning rad scorpions. Okay, next up here will be Prospect Hill, not too far from where we're at. Okay, when you spawn in here, you want to head toward the east and head over toward this billboard. Right underneath it is where the next potential spawn is at for the frog. And yeah, we didn't get him. Anyways, next up from here, we want to head over to the Honeywell. When we get over to the Honeywell, this is actually where my buddy found it at, that you saw footage of. He actually found it down here. But yeah, this would be the next location where you could potentially find the Frogman. Okay, next up here from this area, if you don't find it there, we'll be heading on over to the World of Corn right here. Also, while you are trying to look for the frog, you will also find some interesting random encounters that you may not have discovered before. So yeah, when we first spawn in at the World of Corn, you just want to head this way from the sign. And right over here at this tower, you can potentially find the frog. But no, we got a 2-star legendary armored Deathclaw instead. And it spotted me. I don't feel like fighting it. Okay, next up from here, we want to head down to the Meadow Breeze Storage Depot. So yeah, basically we're making our way throughout the whole Burning Springs in a sense. We're just making our way down, starting from the top. Anyways, when you spawn here, you just want to head left, and yeah, you could potentially find it right here. Yet again, another armored Deathclaw surrounded by some dead bodies. Daggone it. Not what we're looking for. Alright, so now from Meadow Breeze Storage Depot, you want to head over here to Sand Fork Lumber. This is the last spot. And then if you don't find it at any of these spots, you just hop servers. Keep trying until, well, you find it. Super rare. Could take you a long time. I tried hopping servers for a very long time, and I never found it. My buddy lucked out and found it within 10 server hops. But hey, you could luck out and find it within 1. You never know. But yeah, another spot will be right here where you could potentially find the frog. Instead, I got this. Nothing. But yeah, hope you all found this video enjoyable and it was something new to you. I'm out of here. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time, watching and listening. Until next time, peace.